shock video, California police break into home, tase victims, and the people are like, calm. They're like, okay, you just broke in our house, nothing's going on. The people have their hands up like good victims, and the cops taser them both. And people are even on my website defending it, going, well, we don't know what was going on in there. You know, hey, everybody, if they show up at your house, hands up, come out, we're going to search your home without a warrant. It's the new America. And it's all getting you ready to take your bank accounts. So don't worry, cops, you're going to get it too. California, that's going viral. For radio listeners, you'll hear the audio, and I'll describe some of it, narrating for radio listeners. The full video's up on Infowars.com. But don't worry, the TSA is banning pressure cookers, so we're all safe. Let's go ahead and go to this clip.
I'm recording everything that's happening now. Yeah, so we're going to come inside. Just let you know that. You're going to come inside?
Without a warrant, sir?
You're going to come inside without a warrant? Probable cause, you're going to kick my door down. There is no domestic violence. There is no domestic violence.
Between two people, I'm right here.
A good neighbor saw something and said something.
They're going to arrest you, dude. Right. They're going to do this.
How many children are in the house?
There's one child in the house and one is playing outside. Officer, there's one child.
Hit pause.
Guy's not coming out.
They always say the children not grabbed by the CPS or being aborted. It's always, where are the children then? We have to come in. You know, it's an extenuating circumstance. And now they're saying that's for everything. But we have the court rulings in the article. What the police did was illegal. But see, they don't care. They taser you, and then they charge you with resisting, even though it's on video, you don't. And then there's juries that sycophantically get off on it, burning people. And so they send you to the biggest prisons in America. And so the country collapses. Let's go back to the video.
Why are you not coming out? Because we don't live in a police state, sir. Martial law has not been established in this country. Okay, can you do us a favor? All get down on the ground and put your hands behind your back, because we're going to kick the door.
Do us a favor.
He can't record if his hands are behind his back.
You know, this guy was in Iraq.
Documentation of this violation of their civil rights.
No rights, buddy. You're an Iraqi. Here you go. Boom. Kick the door down. Their hands are up.
He's got his hand up.
Their hands are up. How
You
pathetic.
kicked my door down. You kicked my door down.
How he tasers him.
You kicked my door down.
Yes, we did. Get on the ground.
No, you have no right to be in here. You have no right to be in here. You have no right to be in here. You have no
Don't worry,
right to
cops.
be in here. Do not touch her. You are assaulting her.
They're going to take your bank accounts. Cops, your kids are going to die of cancer. Hope you enjoy the New World Order. And again, this curse these cops have done in their training, they're the good guys. They are being, again, I'm sad for these cops and everybody else, because the whole system's going to come down. And those cops are going to bury themselves early. They're going to bury their wives and kids as everybody dies of cancer. As everybody dies from fluoride and chemtrails. And they're not going to care, because they'll have their shaved heads and their badges. And so good. Enjoy hell. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dr. Corey Gold. Do you have anything you'd like to say?
The video's scary. It's a scary video. You know, you think that's something you'd see in a horror film. You know, it's abuse of power to the worst degree. And the question is, how many of those happen every day that we don't know about because they're not being videotaped? So that's the problem. We only hear about things, and it's only admitted to when there's a videotape. So yeah, I would tell you, keep your camera around, keep your video rolling. I mean, they're filming you every day. You better protect yourself by filming yourself.
There you go. Only in America. And the cops don't even erase the camera. They think it's a good thing that they did. The brainwashing is you do what we say, but the government's out of control. When I tell the cops they're going to take your bank account, folks, the New World Order plans to cut the resources off incrementally, dumb everybody down, poison everybody, and just normalize it where everybody's dying. You know, where 1 in 25,000 have autism. Now, doctor, the new numbers are out for North America. It's 1 in 52.
Yeah.
I mean, and people say, oh, well, it's overdiagnosed. I take my kids to movies maybe twice a year. And if you go when it's packed, I look at these kids, and I look at kids in restaurants. I mean, you can tell people are sick, man. And kids have all got like weird tics, or they're autistic. And you see the statistics, they're killing us. But I guess the answer is just, I guess it's okay.
Even if they're overdiagnosing it now, let's pretend they are. It can't go from 1 in 20,000 to 1 in 50 just by overdiagnosis. That's just a naive thing to think. Something is going on, and people need to start asking what could possibly be going on that would make children be so ill? What would make families have more cancer? Everybody we know has somebody die of cancer. What is happening? And the only common denominator that I see, what we're drinking, what we're eating, what we're putting into our bodies through medicine and through vaccinations and through everything else. And yet we're told not to take proactive action. You don't need to filter your water. You don't need to take vitamins and minerals. You don't need to eat organic food. It's no better than any food. We don't need to change the label so you can know the difference between GMOs and not GMOs.
And meanwhile, the elite is obsessed with only eating high nutrient-dense diets in non-GMO and filtered water.
Oh, they have their seafood, they have their seed banks, so when everything goes to heck in a handbasket, they can have their crops pure as can be.
That's right, on record, the Rockefellers and UN giant armed seed banks guarded with men with machine guns. Everything's fine, though. Drink the fluoride, police. The government's good.
You want me to come inside without a warrant?
I asked several times, why are you going to take me to jail? What am I being accused of? And when they didn't answer, that's when I asked, do you have a search warrant? And that's when they said, no, we don't need one. And I was like, you're not getting in here. We had surrendered inside our house. We had surrendered. I was not going to surrender my door.
Wood is an Army veteran. He just recently arrived home from a year-long tour in Afghanistan.
This was the thought that was running through my head while I was scolding them for pointing weapons at unarmed civilians. I was like, if you guys want to point guns at people and kick in doors, I could talk to a recruiter and y'all be shipped away right quick.
No, you have no right to be in here.
They kick the door in and they grab your wife. You're yelling at them saying, that's my wife, that's my wife.
You're assaulting her. You are assaulting her, officer.
And then what we can't see is, are you doing anything else? Because they suddenly tase you right then.
This is all I did. That was
shooting video with your phone?
Shooting video with my phone.
And this is your military ID?
My military ID.
You have no right to be here.
It's hard to watch.
What's going through my head right there is the cops are coming through my door. Who am I supposed to call?
We showed the video to Paul Henderson, a legal affairs expert.
In the case where you have a third party calling from outside of the house, the cops have to investigate. They're not necessarily going to take or believe someone telling them from behind a locked door that everything is okay without doing an investigation.
Late this evening, Cotati police released a statement saying, because it was a call for a possible domestic violence, the officers had to check the welfare of everyone in the apartment, and to leave would be, quote, a neglect of duty. The statement goes on to assert that constitutional law allows for officers to make those types of entries, kicking in the door, without a warrant.